Today is Saturday, January 29th, 2015, and this is the Bunny Slippers Revo Job Seekers Call-In Show. First of all, I'm sorry, it's Saturday, Saturday, January 30th, 2015. This is the Bunny Slippers Revo Job Seekers Call-In Show, presented by Evil Bunny Consulting. I'm your host, Tyrone Griffin, and if it's 3 p.m. you have on your bunny slippers, you are not looking for a job. Welcome, first-time and returning listeners. In this show, we discuss strategies and tactics of job search, staying motivated and dealing with career transition. For more tips, resources, daily motivations, and to listen to archive shows, go to the website bunnyslippersofevil.com. There you also find links to our Facebook page, our Twitter handle, and our YouTube handle. If you are listening live, excuse me, you can call in with your questions at 347-242-0929. Again, that number is 347-202-0929. And now a word from our sponsors. Evil Bunny Consulting is the alternative to expensive outplacement. They give job seeker workshops as well as one-on-one job seeker boot camps. For more information, go to bunnyslippersofevil.com. Resume Edit is the low-cost, high-quality resume writing company with resumes as low as $35, written by certified resume writers. Excuse me. You can find them online at resume4edit.com or call 404-860-2473. Be sure to tell them you heard about them on the Bunny Slippers Revo Job Seekers podcast. Let 3dresumes.net turn your resume into a web page with a customized domain for only $30. Help hiring managers and recruiters find you, make your resume available 24/7, and get a free professional email address just for your job search. You can see my online resume at tyronegriffin.com, and for more information on how to get your own, go to 3dresumes.net. If you're thinking or about to look for a job in today's world, you will find a new reality in the job search process. The world has changed. Job search today is much more complicated than 5 years ago. Volumes of resumes, more applicant screening systems, depersonalized applications, panel interviews, team hiring, long complicated applications, branding and social media. Yes, the world has changed, but have you? Are you still trying yesterday's approach? Why struggle and miss out on today's opportunities? Career Oyster is here to help. Great coaches, the latest resources, unique strategies personally tailored to your job search. Find out the new reality and how you can prevent costly mistakes. To register for a free 45-minute private session with head coach Howard Caddy, go to careeroyster.com. Find out the facts now. You'll be glad you did. Remember their motto, the world is your oyster, be the pearl. Good morning, everybody, and welcome. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you're having, everybody had a good and productive week. This is the 6th week of the year, and for those of you who are doing the financial challenge, the $1 a week financial challenge, briefly what that is the first week of the year you put away $1. The second week you put away $2. The third week you put away $3. The fourth week you put away $4, and so on. This is week 6. So if you've been doing it today, you would have $21. That means this week you put away $6, and that should bring you up to $21. If you do that all year, if you just add $1 every week, by the end of the year you will have a little over $1,000. So this is the cute little way of saving money. So anyway, anybody still doing that? I'm going to try to do it. I forgot to put my money away, but I'm going to try to do it. Other than that, yes, I'm wearing a 1997, what team is this? Even the Florida Marlins World Series champion sweatshirt. Yep, I got this. My brother, props to him, got me this 21 years ago. And I'm still wearing it. Still looks good. So, because we made good quality stuff back in the 90s. But anyway, I digress. So this week, the show is, the topic is Job Search 300. This is the last of the series of shows on the beginnings of job search. For those of you new listeners, this year we're trying to do a theme every month for the show. The theme this month was starting your job search. So today is Job Search 300. The first week was Job Search 100. Then the second week was Job Search 200, and today is the Job Search 300. So let me make sure I get all my stuff straight. There we go. Okay. So just to review real quick, the first week, Job Search 100, we talked about, when you first get laid off, gather your old resumes together, get your outplacement, things like that. If you have outplacement, find a spot. Let me go through them. I'll just go through them real quick. Job Search 100 is get your old resumes. Find out if you have severance. Do you have outplacement service? Write down a list of everybody you can call. Look at your budget. Don't panic. Do you have access to a computer? If you don't have access to one at home, figure out a place where you can get one. Designate a job search space somewhere in your house or even outside. I always talk about my office at Panera Bread. List all the sites to look for jobs. Decide how you're going to craft your story. Breathe deep. Ignore your circumstances. It is what it is. That was Job Search 100. Job Search 200 was last week. And that was your resumes are done. You got your business cards ready. You found your workspace. You posted your resume up on several websites, and we talked about updating them regularly. We talked about optimizing your social media, such as LinkedIn, and had you start talking about writing your marketing plan. So that was Job Search 200. So this week is Job Search 300. And yeah, I have notes. That's one of the other kind of resolutions was to, have notes, man. So right now, your resume is ready. You put your accounts together. You got your business card. You got your workspace. You got your marketing plan. Identify your network. You've set up your outplacement. Basically, your gun is loaded. Now you're ready to go hunting. Let me back up a minute. Make sure everybody understands the marketing plan because a lot of people don't understand what that is. And we talked about it briefly and did a show on it a couple of years ago. But the marketing plan is the thing you ought to be carrying with you every day. What a lot of people do is they carry their resume with them wherever they go. The resume is not the best tool, in my opinion. Again, everything I say on the show is my opinion. But the resume is not the best tool for you to be carrying around. And you say, well, why is that? Why, you think I'd want to have my resume. And yeah, you want to have your resume. But your resume is not what you give to everybody. The people that you're trying to get to help you look for a job, they don't want your resume. I will say it again. Send me your resume to look at. That's one thing. I've had people send me resumes and, hey, can you take a look at it and give me some thoughts on your input? That's one thing. When you send me your resume, you send your resume to anybody and you tell them, hey, keep an eye out for jobs that might match my background. People are very nice. They're going to go, okay, we will. I'll keep an eye out for you. And then that resume most likely will go in the bottom of a drawer or the backup folder on their desktop, and they will never open it again. It's your job search, not mine. I'll help you with your resume, but I'm not going to spend my day searching through my company website, career section, looking for you a job when you can do that as well. Not going to happen. And I'm honest enough to tell you. It's like, this is a bad example. It's like if you're ugly and only one person tells you you're ugly because everybody else ain't got the nerve to tell you. I'm the one to tell you you're ugly, and I won't do that. No, but seriously, don't send anybody your resume and ask them to look for a job for you, because when you land a job, you're not going to share the money with them, right? So that's reality. When you land a job, you're not going to go and say, hey, let me give you some money because you helped me find a job. It's your job search. I will help you with it, but I will not do it for you. Okay? Get up off your lazy butt. No, I'm just playing. Okay, so anyway, your marketing plan. The reason your marketing plan is something you want to carry because your marketing plan summarizes what you're looking for. It's what's important is what you're looking for, not what you have. Job search, it's like dating. Okay? You want your friends to look for somebody who you might enjoy. A woman, a man, whatever. First thing they're going to tell you, what are you looking for? Well, I want a woman like this. I want a man like this. It's about what you're looking for, not what you got. You're not going to say to your friends, I'm looking for a woman. Yeah, well, tell me about you. Well, I'm good looking. I've dated a lot of women. I'm very well experienced. I've done a lot of things. They're going to be like, okay. And they're not going to go to someone, hey, my buddy, he's looking for a woman and he's been with a lot of women. And you look like a good next one. Give me your number. Ain't going to happen. Okay? It's not going to happen. So it's important. They're going to say, well, tell us what you're looking for. Are you looking for, I won't say one, you're looking for a big person, a small person, a skinny person, a tall person, this race, that race. Are you looking for somebody who can cook? Are you looking for somebody who likes outdoors? Are you looking for somebody who likes jazz? Are you looking for somebody who likes to cook? Are you looking for somebody who likes to eat? Are you looking for somebody who likes to garden? Are you looking for somebody who likes to travel? What are you looking for? That is what's important. So in your job search, the same applies. Your marketing plan tells everybody what you're looking for. And that's all that's important, is what are you looking for, not what you have. So that's why your marketing plan is important. And the marketing plan is not your resume. It's not, hey, I've dated all these people. It's, here's what I bring to the table. Here's what I'm looking for. Here's the kind of job I'm looking for, the kind of industry, the size company. Here's, the things I like to do in the job. Here's my core competencies. Here are my target companies. That's what your marketing plan is. So you want to give that to people, because people can identify better with what you're looking for than me having to read your resume and translate your resume into something else. It ain't going to happen, people. Okay? Your friends might not tell you, but they ain't going to help you like that, because we got jobs and lives and stuff like that we don't have time to spend 40 hours a week working for free for you to find your next job. Okay? So the marketing plan is basically, it's your core. It's like the top of, if you look at my resume, my resume online at TyroneGriffin.com, you can see a PDF copy of it. It's functional. The first part is, my core competencies, my and what I've done, the things, bullets about what I've done to support those core competencies. That's the whole first page. And then the second page is all about, where I've worked. To me, those where I've worked is less important than what I bring to the table. That's what that's how mine is. Again, this is all my opinion. Your marketing plan, in my case, my marketing plan would be a lot of that first page. It won't even mention where I've worked. It might mention the industries later on, somewhere in the bottom, but the first top would be what my core competencies are. That's what my marketing plan is, my core competencies. Matter of fact, I need to post my marketing plan. I just thought about that. But that's what my marketing plan is, those core competencies, what I can do well, what I bring to the table. And then the bottom part of the page, again, is what I'm looking for. The size companies, the industry, the geographic location, what type of job. Am I looking for a contract position? Am I looking for a full-time position? Those are the things that marketing plan does. When you have, and we'll talk about later on today, as a matter of fact, I still got time, you start setting up your informational interviews. And you bring your market, we'll talk about it now. When you start setting up informational interviews, what are informational interviews? That's just what they sound like. You're finding somebody in, say, the industry that you're interested in going into. You're finding maybe a hiring manager who's in that industry, or somebody who's in that industry. They may not have a job for you. See, job search is an art, not a science. They may not have a job for you, but you want to talk to them because they might know somebody who's got a job. But you don't go to them and say, hey, can I have a job? I've had informational interviews with people where they've asked me at the end of the informational interview, will you hire me? No. This is an informational interview. I don't have a job available. And then they say, well, or would you hire me? What am I supposed to say? Again, take it to dating. If you go to a dating consultant and, just you want to run your rap by them or whatever, and you go to them and you sit with them, and at the end of the date, what do you say? So, would you sleep with me? Or I'm sorry, would you date me? What are they supposed to say? Oh, heck no, you're a mess. Come on, don't put nobody on the spot like that with that dumb question. That's what it is, dumb question. Okay, sorry, 2016, I'm getting real. Anyway, but no, the informational interview is what you set up. That helps bolster your network. That's how you expand your network, is with those informational interviews. You build your network. What you want to do is you ask somebody for 15 minutes of their time. Meet them for coffee one morning before work. If they are at work at 8:30, say, hey, can we meet at 8 o'clock one morning? I'll buy you a cup of coffee at Starbucks or whatever. It's around the corner from your job. I just want to talk to you about my job search and what I'm looking for, and here's the most important thing. You say this. I want to talk to you about my job search, and bing, get your feedback on how I'm approaching it. People love to give their opinions. Opinions are like sphincters. Everybody's got one. Some people got two. That's the reality. People love to give their opinion. If you ask for somebody's opinion, they will love you forever. And that's the truth. You're trying to get their opinion on your job search. Okay? Show them your marketing plan. Say, here's what I bring to the table. Here's what I'm looking for. It's very non-threatening because you're not asking them for a job. Again, go into the dating. Here's an example. It's kind of off the mark, but it's kind of there. Drinking game is still going on. Anytime I go down a rat hole, feel free to take a sip of Kool-Aid. If you're flirting, try to explain flirting to someone. Try to explain what flirting is. It's, to me, flirting is saying things that if the person that goes along with it, it's cool. But if they don't, you haven't said anything that you can't back off of gracefully. Flirting is not when you meet somebody and you say, oh, let's go to breakfast in the morning. Shall I call you or nudge you? That was from that movie Sneakers. I always crack up at that line. And then they say, no, that's not flirting. That's stupid. But flirting, and then think about it seriously. Try to explain what flirting is. Okay? It's a way of putting yourself out there, letting somebody know you are interested without saying something that you can't back off and say, no, that's a misunderstanding. I didn't say that. The movie Transformers, Shia LaBeouf, however he pronounces his name, before he went crazy, he had a line in that movie where him and what's her name? I forgot the girl's name. Pretty girl. Well, she was prettier before the surgery, before the facelift. But anyway, Transformers 1, and he says to her, they're sitting in the car, and she's sitting on the center console, and he says, you maybe want to sit in my lap, because he didn't want to sit in the driver's seat. And she says, why? And he said, what? Seatbelt. I got the only seatbelt. So she's like, okay. And then she says to him, that seatbelt line was a pretty smooth move. That's flirting. But again, it's saying something where she's like, if she said, that's a pretty smooth move, he's like, what? I was just being safe. I'm into safety. That's what I'm into. Not this stuff. I'm into us being safe in the car. Okay? That's what flirting is. And that's what job search. Now take it back to job search. You're like, where's this dude going? Take it back to job search. You have an informational interview. It's that flirting. That's what you're doing. You're not flirting in a romantic, a sexual way. You're flirting in a career way. You're letting somebody know that you are available. I might tell you, you got to pimp yourself out when you're on job search. That's all there is to it. You can sugarcoat it all you want, but you're pimping yourself out. But you don't make it such that you throw yourselves at their feet. What you're trying to do is say, well, if you do not have an opportunity, looking at what my skills are, my background, do you know anybody who might want to hire somebody like me, or be somebody who might want to talk to me? Okay, you're trying to expand your network. Okay. So yeah, when I was out of work, there was a person, vice president at a company I worked for. I got laid off from, and I used to meet with her when we met during yoga class, and there was nothing going on. She was, we just both took yoga together, and I reached out to her and said, "Hey, let's get together for coffee." And I used to go and maybe once every 4 or 5, 6 months we get together and have coffee. And I let her know how my job search going, and she's said if she hears anything, she'll keep an eye out for me. But I never gave her my resume. If anything, I showed her my marketing plan, so she got a snapshot of what I was looking for. Okay, so if anything that matched this snapshot came across her desk, boom, she could take it and run with it. Okay, that's what she did. But that was how it was. So your informational interview is like that. It's like flirting. It's letting somebody know you're available, letting them see what your background is and what you're looking for, and let them talk to you, because people don't hire resumes, they hire people. Howard Caddy said that. CareerOyster.com. But it's letting people know you're available, letting them get an understanding of who you are, what you bring to the table, how you present yourself. Okay, all that. And then, if something comes up, because there have been people that have been hired. I can attest to it myself. I got a job. It's funny, I was eventually laid off, but I helped craft the job description while I was working for another company. I was meeting with a senior leader from this company and designing the job description. And when they posted the job description, they called me up, said, "Okay, it's up there. Go. Here's the number. Go apply for it." So I created my own job. But we were sitting in Buckhead Diner, Buckhead, Atlanta, and we crafted the job description sitting right there. I didn't know. I hoped that an opportunity would come from it, but I didn't know. I didn't put myself out there, so if nothing came of it, nothing ventured, nothing gained. But I wasn't in a position where I could say, "Well, you lied to me. You told me I was going to get a job," and all that. No, nobody's going to tell you, "Oh, you're going to get a job." They can't tell you that. That's illegal, probably. But anyway, so that's what your information interview is about. It's about talking to somebody, showing them 15 minutes, and showing them your skills, what you're looking for, and giving them a short. If they want to keep a copy of your marketing plan, sure. But that's a whole lot easier. The marketing plan says what you're looking for, and that's what you want them to match up, what you're looking for, not what you got. Okay. I'm sorry I rambled there. Make sure I can get through the rest of my books, because I got notes. So anyway, your gun is loaded, and as we said, from Job Search 100, Job Search 200, your gun is loaded. Now you're going out shopping. Your strongest weapon is your mind. You got to think about it. You got to pace yourself. This might last a while. You might be in Job Search 6 weeks. You might be in Job Search 6 months. Okay? So prepare for the long haul. You got to teach yourself. You got to teach yourself to forget yesterday. Every day you wake up is the day the next opportunity might fall into your lap. It doesn't happen. It doesn't matter what happened yesterday or what didn't happen yesterday. Every day you have to look at it with fresh eyes and say, today may be the day that I get that next great opportunity. So you have to forget yesterday. Every day has to be like the first day of job search. You have to be a couple of things to yourself. You have to be your own cheerleader. You got to be your own cheerleader, your own teacher, your own disciplinarian. You got to be your own cheerleader, because when times get rough, you're going to be alone a lot. And that's one thing too. You got to prepare yourself for being alone. A lot of your job search happens alone, even if you're out in public. And when I was at my office at Panera Bread, there were 20, 30 people around me, but I was still alone because I was into this. Everybody else was into their families and whatever else. But you got to make yourself your own cheerleader. Sounds crazy. You got to talk to yourself sometimes. You got to talk and say, hey, you know what, dog? It's going to be all right. You got this. You got this. And when you don't get it, that's all right, dog. I'm going to get the next one. You got to be your own cheerleader. You wake up in the morning, everybody's got their own way of doing things. Some people wake up in the morning, look at the mirror and go, yeah, I'm the man or the woman, whatever you got to say. But you got to be your own cheerleader, because when times get rough, there's nobody going to be your cheerleader but you. So you got to be your own cheerleader. You also have to be your own teacher. You got to start learning from things. When you do something in transition, job search, and it doesn't work out, you got to learn. You got to figure out how to learn lessons from that. Okay, you have to learn from those lessons. You have to learn from, oh, this didn't work. Okay, don't do this again. You got to watch everything. You got to figure out what's happening. Okay. Nobody's going to, somebody outside the situation can look into it and go, yeah, you shouldn't have done this, shouldn't have done that. Well, it's like this. You got to be the weatherman while you're in the middle of the tornado. You got to be able to look back and see what's going on. And you got to be on disciplinarian. You got to get up every day, whatever time. You got to go sit down at your computer. You got to go to your workspace, all right? You got to reach out to your network. You have to discipline yourself to do these things because nobody else is going to discipline you to do them. You have to do that, okay? That's what you have to do. As I said, you have to learn how to be comfortable being alone because a lot of what you do, you are alone, okay? If you're doing your job search in your house, even if your other family is there and you go off to your designated job search space, you have to be there. And mentally, emotionally, you have to be in that place by yourself. When I talked about you have to be the disciplinarian, you have to learn how to regain your focus because rest assured, there will be times when you will lose your focus. Like the dog in the movie Up. Squirrel, you're going to have those days where you're not going to feel like job searching today. You're not going to feel like it. Trust me. There will be days and weeks when you do not feel like doing it anymore. You got to keep going because if you don't do it, nobody else is going to do it for you. So you have to do it. Okay? But you have to teach yourself how to get back into focus. One of the things about job search, if you're in it for a long time, and I say this from experience, you will never be the same when it's over. You will never be the same person when job search is over because it does a number on you. It does. It will beat you down, spit you out. It does a number on you. And lastly, two more. You have to learn how to deny yourself. You have to learn how to deny the things you want to do. Remember that discipline. You might like to go to the hairdresser. You might like to go out for a good meal. You can't do that because you don't have income. So you have to focus on the things that they need. And finally, you have to reinvent yourself. You have to reinvent yourself. Because remember in job search, 100 would say, get your story straight. Okay? If there are things about your personality that you don't like, this is your opportunity to get rid of those things and focus on getting rid of those aspects of your personality. Or maybe the things in your personality that you do like, but you're a jerk. And you like being a jerk. But jerks don't get hired. So you have to take the jerkiosity, in the word, out of your personality. Oh, I should go into rap. But that's what you need to do. That's what you need to learn how to do. Okay. It's mental. We got about a minute and a half left, so right on time. Job search is mental. It is mental, people. It is very, very mental. Okay. And every day is a challenge. But you got to keep going. No matter how bad it gets, you got to keep going. Because if you don't do it, nobody is going to do it. You got family to feed, you got yourself to feed. If you don't keep looking, I used to say things, not to my spouse at the time, but I used to say to myself, I may end up living under a bridge. But you know what? I'm going to be looking for a job the whole time. I'm not going to sit curl up in the corner and feel bad for myself and not go out and look every day until they come and move my stuff out of the house. And even if they do, they come and move everything. You know what? Up until that day, I'm going to be job searching. I'm not going to be sitting in the house sad. You have to learn these things mentally. So, thank you for listening. Next week, we start a new month. First show of the month is Job Search Q&A. So, get your questions, tweet them to me, put them on the Facebook page, email them to me. I thank you for listening. This is the conclusion. This is Job Search 300. Job Search 100 and 200 are available for you to view. Going to be some videos. It's going to be messed up because my video thing was playing the game. But I'll put the video I have up on YouTube for those. But anyway, everybody, thank you for listening. Have a great week, and we will do this again next week. Take care, and bye-bye.